Hello, kitties. Kitty up, kitty down. Left kitty, right kitty. Kitties from the front. Kitties from the back. Kitty near, kitty far. Goodbye, kitty. Now those were some super cute kitties, and they helped George and I to introduce today's theme. Opposites attract. Opposites are two things with a completely opposite or different meaning. Yet, somehow they go together, don't they, George? I'm Miss Tara. I'm a teacher for WQLN. And Curious George and I are so happy that you're going to join us together as we explore the world of opposites. Hey, George brought a book for us to share today called Curious George Opposites. And if you know anything about my friend George, his curiosity sometimes gets him to a little bit of mischief. So in this story, I would like you to shout out the difference or the opposites as you see them in the story. I'll pause and you give us the answer, okay? Now on the cover, you could probably already get the first one. On the front, you see George over the ball, and then next to it, you see George under the ball. I heard you. Very good. Opposites, over and under. Let's see if you can get the rest. George climbs up the wall. Now, what is the opposite of up? Then he jumps down. Nice job. Up and down are opposites. Now George is riding his bike. In this page, George rides forward. What is the opposite of forward? I bet you said backward, because George can ride backward too. Silly monkey. In this picture, George is on the dock, and he is very dry, but he's curious about that fish down there. What do you predict might happen? What is the opposite of dry? Splash! Now he is wet. Dry and wet are opposites. Oh no. George, what are you doing by that pig pen? In this picture, the pigs are in the pen. Do you know the opposite of in? Oh no, George let the pigs out of the pen. In and out are opposites. I don't think the farmer is going to be too happy when he has to gather all those pigs up. In this picture, the box is closed. George wonders what is inside. Can you guess what he's going to do? What is the opposite of closed? Look, now the box is open. Good job. Closed and open are opposites. George is awake and ready to learn with you and I. But shh, now George is asleep. Good night, George. Awake and asleep are opposites. Wow, you're very good at that. And that's fun, isn't it? Thanks for bringing that book, George. And I know you're not asleep yet. So George and I would like to do a puzzle with you. Let's check it out. Hey, George, let's teach our friends at home this super cool opposite game called Deduce, Hang Loose. Now, deduce means to figure something out by eliminating other things. We'll get to that in a second. And then hang loose is a really neat word that comes from Hawaii, from the surfer community there. So they came up with this symbol like this called the shaka sign, where you take your hand and bring your 3 fingers inside like that. Leave up your pinky and your thumb, give a little wiggle, and you're hanging loose. That means relax, enjoy love, hug, take it easy. And who doesn't like that, right, George? Try it at home. Hang loose. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the words up here, and then we're going to try to find the opposite by deducing. I'm going to read them for you at home. If you know how to read some of them, read along with me. If not, as you are hearing them, try to think in your head of what the opposite of each of these words would be. Last, wet, sad. Big, hot, go. Near, old, yes. I bet you already thought of some of the answers. But let's see if we can match the crow to the farmer's fence. All right, so this little crow has the word little on it. Now, do you know the opposite of little? Let's see if we can find it. Last, little, no match. Wet, little, nope. Sad, little. Big, little. You're correct, good job. Deduce, hang loose with me. Yay, George. All right, so now we no longer need to look at that one as one of our answers. So let's go on to the next one. Dry, okay? Last, dry, no match. Wet, dry, you're correct. We've got a match. Wet and dry are opposites. Deduce, hang loose. Yay, good job, everybody. Let's try one more. How about stop? Do you know the opposite of stop? I bet you do. Let's try it. Last, stop. Nope. Skip, sad, stop. We can skip that one. Hot, stop. Nope. Go, stop. Stop, go. Go, stop. Opposite. Yay. Deduce, hang loose. Deduce, hang loose, George and home. Great job. Hey, we'll get back and finish these later because I have another super cool furry friend that loves to learn about opposites with us. Let's go check her out. Hello, puppy. Puppy, hi. Puppy, low. Sit. Puppy, stand. Stand. Puppy in the front. Puppy from the back. Puppy in the house. Puppy out of the house. Puppy slow. Puppy going fast. Puppy so hungry. Puppy so full. Goodbye, puppy. Furry friends are so much fun, aren't they, George? Speaking of furry friends, I have another one of my favorites here. This is Harry. Harry, say hi. Harry is one of my favorite book characters, and I have his book right here. And why this is one of my favorites is because my mommy used to read me this story when I was growing up. I loved it so much. And we all have special books that we like to hear again and again, and I'm still enjoying it today. It's called Harry the Dirty Dog. And in this story, the opposite is clean and dirty. Just like these towels. One towel is clean and the other towel, dirty. Opposites. I'm going to share it with you right now. I hope you like it too. Harry the Dirty Dog. Notice on the cover there is a clean Harry and a dirty Harry. Let's find out how that makes this makes it hard for the family to recognize Harry. Harry was a white dog with black spots who liked everything except getting a bath. So one day he heard the water running in the tub. He took the scrubbing brush and buried it in the backyard. Then he ran away from home. He played where they were fixing the street and got very dirty. He played at the railroad and got even dirtier. He played tag with the other dogs and became dirtier still. He slid down a coal chute and got the dirtiest of all. In fact, he changed from a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots. Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought that he had really run away. He felt tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran back home. When Harry got to his house, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, "There's a strange dog in the backyard. By the way, has anyone seen Harry?" Notice it kind of looks like Harry, but it's hard for the family to recognize him because his colors are, you guessed it, opposite. When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show them he was Harry. He started to do all his old clever tricks. He flip-flopped and he flop-flipped. He rolled over and played dead. He danced and he sang. He did these tricks over and over again, but everyone shook his head and said, "Oh no, it couldn't be Harry. He just doesn't look the same. He's unrecognizable." Well, Harry gave up and walked slowly toward the gate, but suddenly he stopped. He ran to a corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. He'd found the scrubbing brush, and carrying it in his mouth, he ran into the house. Up the stairs he dashed with the family following close behind. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up begging with the scrubbing brush in his mouth, a trick he certainly had never done before. "This little doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl, and her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" Harry's bath was the soapiest one he had ever had. It worked like magic. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, look, look, come quick. It's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry," they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very, very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and he became once again a white dog with black spots. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep in his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun it had been getting dirty. He slept so soundly he didn't even feel the scrubbing brush that he had hidden under his pillow. Dirty hands, clean hands, opposites attract. Hi, Jake.
Hello.
Yay, my friend Jake is here, and he agreed to make a craft with me today.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're here.
Me too.
So, do you remember this story from library?
I do. I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. It's about a dog, and his name is Harry, right?
Yeah.
And I know how much you love animals, right?
Yeah.
You have a whole bunch of pets at home, don't you?
Yeah.
How many?
2 dogs and 4 cats.
He's the right guy to make this craft, aren't you? Okay, so remember in the story that Harry gets clean. He's clean when he starts, and then he gets really dirty, right?
Yeah.
And clean or dirty are?
Opposites.
They sure are. So I thought it'd be fun if we made a puppet. Here's Harry when he's all nice and clean, right?
Yeah.
But remember, he goes out and plays, and when he comes back, not so clean. If we flip the puppet around, look what happens to Harry, right?
Yeah.
He goes from a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots, just like in the story. So I thought it'd be fun if we did this together. So all you need really is a straw, some paper. I put a little furry felt on there. Do you want to touch it?
Sure, it's soft.
Yeah, kind of like fur, right? I thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
So you don't have to make a dog, right? If you have all those different animals, you can make any animal that you want at home, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to make?
I think I'm gonna make a dog.
Yeah, okay, well then I'll make a cat.
Okay.
All right, let's start drawing and get our ideas.
Okay.
Okay, so what Jake and I did is we drew our faces on white paper, and then we put some black paper behind, right?
Yeah.
And we cut it, and then they both came out both sides at the same time, made it easy, right?
Yeah.
You might need a grown-up to help you, but that's okay. It's really worth it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, oh yay, yours came out good too. All right, so now I have some crayons here. The black works really good on the white, right?
Yeah.
Shows up good, and then the white crayon looks good on the black. So we'll draw some faces on, and then we'll add our furry felt, okay?
Okay.
All right, well that was fun.
Yeah.
Yay! I have mine done, and you're just finishing up, right?
Yep.
So finish up, and then the next step, we're gonna add our little fur, okay?
Yay.
So I have felt here for us, okay? And we can cut out as many different spots as we want, okay? So one looks dirty and one looks clean. Opposites, right?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm all done. All right, and you're still finishing up. So I'll show them how to attach it while you're finishing up, okay? So once you have your 2 faces made, you're clean, and then you're not so clean, you're dirty, right? You want to attach them to make your puppet. So I'm going to use a straw. A straw works really good because you could either tape it, glue it, or staple it. I'm just going to probably tape it on there real quick. It kind of holds it in place if you want to staple it, but honestly, you could just tape too, right? You don't
Yeah.
even need to have the stapler. If you don't have one or you're afraid to use it, no problem. Okay, so I put a little bit of tape on mine, and I like the straws too because that I can staple through them. All right, there we go. Oh, yours came out really good.
Thanks.
Oh, look, I got my clean side and my dirty side, and literally I could have a puppet show, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, well, we need another puppet. So let's get yours put together. Okay, we'll flip this over, set your straw on there.
Okay.
Okay, and then you want to add some tape, and just tape the straw right there to it, okay? I'll hold it steady for you. It's nice to work together, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
friends do. They help each other, right?
Yeah.
Yay. Want to add another one? And then
Sure.
it'll be easier. Okay, it's nice and secure now, right?
Yeah.
So now we can add the not so clean side, right? Okay, so do you want to hold it in place there while I staple it?
Sure.
Okay, watch your fingers. Okay. Almost took off one of his cute white spots there. All right, puppy dog, one more. Yay! How cute is that, right?
I love
Oh
it.
my, me too. I love them. Aren't they fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do any animal, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Hello. Yay! I'm so glad you came by.
Me too.
Yeah, I always love to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun to do crafts together, isn't
Yeah.
it? All right, you'll come back again and read with
Yeah.
me, right? Okay, so I have that book you want to borrow.
Thank you.
Okay. See you next time, Jake.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, don't forget to take your puppet.
Okay.
You know, I just absolutely love it when my friends stop over and I can do an activity with them. You know, hanging out with your friends can help you learn how to get along with others, how to share, how to be kind, right? So it's really special, and it's very, very fun to do at the same time. Well, how about if we get back to our deduce, hang loose, speaking of fun, right, George? So we already have some of them filled in. Let's see if you remember the ones we've done so far. We've done wet and dry, big and little, and go and stop. See if you can help me with some more, okay? So this crow says cold. Can you think of the opposite of cold? Cold, last. No good. Cold, sad. Hot, cold. You got it. Opposites. Deduce, hang loose. Good job, everybody. Let's try this one. First. What would be opposite of first? Last, first. I think we found it. Last, first. First, last. Opposites. Deduce, hang loose. Great job. Love it. Wow, see, now we've already used that many, so did you notice that every time we do one, it gets easier to do because we have deduced or we have taken out some of the answers. It just gets easier. Let's try another one. How about this one? Far. What would be the opposite of far? Sad, far. I don't think so. Near, far. You got it. I think we saw the kitties doing that, didn't we? How fun. All right, we have 3 left, but speaking of kitties, I have another furry friend, my kitty, who's going to show us a few more opposites. Hello, kitty. Kitty from the front. Kitty from the back. Kitty in. Kitty out. Door open. Door closed. Kitty hungry. Kitty full. Kitty up high. Kitty down low. Goodbye, kitty. You know, I'm starting to notice that opposites are everywhere. I was just about to share another story with you, and I was like, wow, I've had this book a very, very long time. The pages are even getting yellow. But just because it's old doesn't mean it's special. I still really, really love it. I've had this book a long time, which makes it old. And I just got this book. So to me, this book is new. Old and new. Opposites. They go together, George, right? They attract. Opposites attract. So I want to share with you this book called Fast, Slow, High, Low. And the reason I love this book so much is because the pictures are awesome. They're so detailed. There aren't many words, but sometimes the pictures or illustrations are what makes the book unique. I'll go slowly when I turn the pages so you can really look close and enjoy, just like me. Fast, Slow, High, Low. A Book of Opposites by Peter Spear. Big, small. Over, under. Young, old. Deep, shallow. Up, down. Smooth, rough. Open, closed. Full, empty. Fast, slow. High, low. Hot, cold. In, out. Opposites. You know, you don't just need a pet or a furry friend to get in on the opposite action. You can practice it all by yourself. Check it out. Hello. Me moving fast. Me moving slow. Me being noisy. Woo! Opposites attract. Me being quiet. Me standing. Me sitting. Goodbye. All right, George, let's help our friends at home finish up our deduce, hang loose, okay? We just have a few more words left. Let's see if you know what the opposite of no is. I bet you got that one right away. No. Yes, right? Can you make the sign for no? And yes. Good job. Okay, how about this one? New. Remember I showed you a new book that I just bought, right? And what was the opposite? That old book, right? New, old. Both books are special. They're just opposite. And this last one, the last word is sad. And I'm glad I'm doing this one last because the opposite of sad, as you know, is happy, right? Happy. And you know what makes me happy all the time? Is every time that we get together and learn together. Right, George? George and I love learning with you at home, whether it's opposites or anything else. It makes us happy inside. We had so much fun today. We got to visit a bunch of furry friends, right, who showed us about opposites. We shared 3 awesome stories. We made a great craft with Jake, and we had fun exercising to our own opposites, which you can do around your house everywhere. I hope you join us again next time. But until you do, I hope that you keep reading, keep learning, and always keep watching WQLN because nothing makes us happier than learning with you at home. We'll see you next time. Hang loose.